And just like how being black is not a monolith, so is being mixed. And also, too, one thing I noticed for sure, not only does other races can't do this, but one thing I noticed that black people also do this where they put you in a box. And let's talk about it. So when people say mix, a lot of times I notice that they pick on you. Like, for example, if you don't meet the stereotype of what mix is. For example, and remember in the Road Bounce movie when what's his name? I forgot the character, but I'm gonna try to put on the screen here of that scene where he said, "Are you Puerto Rican? Aren't you supposed to have that good hair because you're part Puerto Rican, right? Afro Puerto Rican, I forgot." And then he made fun of the other guy called Naps, and the reason they call him that because they think that his hair is like nappy and it's not done right, quote unquote. And I'm just like, being mixed is not a monolith. And this is what makes me what's I call it? Question things, because like okay, I'm just gonna go off the bat with some things. Number one, just because you're mixed doesn't mean you're gonna be light skinned. There is plenty of dark skinned mixed passing people. There's a lot of them. And also too, just because they don't, like, what's it call it, are light skinned doesn't mean they're mixed. But it can indicate, but it doesn't mean that, because there's plenty of light skinned black people. And I will make a video about how there's plenty of light skinned black people, and no, they are not mixed. Anyways, but yeah, I realize a lot of them get confused because they're like, how you have 3B hair but you're dark skinned? That don't make no sense. And I'm just like, phenotypes doesn't really determine race, although it can, what's I call it, contribute a lot, like contribute, I'm sorry, like 80% of the time, you know, because it's true. A lot of times that's why we have the word ambiguous, you know, like ambiguous black woman. You could tell that woman's black, you know, because of features, texture, you know. It's not like you're judging them or anything. It's like, oh yeah, I can tell that you're black, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, like, for example, let me see, people who are mixed, you know, like sometimes they go be black passing but still have, like, what's I call it, 3B hair, or probably have some features, you know. And I realize a lot of people get upset with that. And with that being said, number two, there is plenty of light-skinned people that do have 4 type hair. There's plenty of mixed people that have 4 type hair. And I think many people, again, like, if you're mixed, they think that you're gonna have like the lightest skin, like I would say like Zendaya, what's it call it, tone of skin, you know. But truth, but like same with melanin, it's the same with hair type, where they think that you're automatically gonna have 3 type hair, or sometimes like 2C to 3A. But in reality, a lot of them have, not a lot, but there are some with 4 type hair. And I hate when they question, like, are you sure you're mixed? Because, like, why do you even have this type of hair? You know? And one thing I noticed too is that when you are mixed or light skinned, they like to critique, like, oh, you need to put your hair down, you need to lay your edges. If I had your hair, they also police your hair so much. Like, they would be like, oh, well, you need to what's it called, you need to have a black mom so she can teach you how to do your hair. Why does how they do their hair bother you so much? Because if I'm going to be really honest here, and I will make a video about this, about how, especially in the black community, how they gonna make fun of you for how you do your hair, and then change up when you get results. What I mean by this, remember that the whole thing of when they said hard wig, soft life, when they before then how they was making fun of black women who was wearing hard wigs, and the black women really didn't care because that's their life and period. And then when they realized he's getting married to quote unquote good rich white man or white men, they started to be like, oh, we need to do hard wig, soft life. Like, make that make sense. The hypocrisy is definitely there, and I would definitely make a video about that. And also too, with along with them pitting white men on a hierarchy, because I already made a video like that in the past, but I'm gonna make a video again, because just because he's white doesn't mean everything's gonna be all right. Next thing is that just because someone have a white mom doesn't make them a bad person. Because there is plenty of children that are bad that has black moms, that has other parents, and they could be monoracial. So with that being said, just because someone's mixed and also too, there's plenty of children that are monoracial and they don't even know anything about their culture or their history. There's plenty of them. And there's a lot of them get upset like, oh no, that's not true. That is true. We have a lot of children that are either if I'm gonna be honest here, based on how when I had taught and when I had tutor kids, it don't matter if the mom's white, black, or anything. It depends on the parents and if they care. That's the two biggest indicators. Don't get me wrong, if there's something wrong with you want to share your culture or whatnot, but just because you have a black mom doesn't mean everything's gonna be all right. Just because you have a white dad doesn't mean he's not going to be any less racist within a white mom or discouraging of his culture. There's plenty of white dads that just as evil as the stereotype you have with the white mom with the mixed child. But because of the hierarchy of white men do it best, of course not many people gonna listen to that. Because the thing is, people are people, men are men no matter what. People are, you know what I'm saying? And also too, why are you harming a child because of something that they can't control? Even then, that's really weird just to hate on a child because of the stereotype you have in your mind, in your delusion mind. Anyways, and just because you have been like, oh, I have this one story, okay, so that one story means you have to be mean to this other girl or guy. Anyways, let me see. I'm trying to think of more things because they just think it's a monolith. Yeah, I think that's all that I have right now on top of my head. Things that I notice people try and make a monolith of mixed kids or mixed people in general, which is very unfortunate because it's like, how are you going to come up here, judge me on my stereotypes, question me like we in the police, what's that call it? I forgot what it's called, where they sit there, ask you question, police investigation, ask me which one of my mom was white, which culture you identify as, do you even know the black anthem music and whatnot? Like, leave them alone. Leave us alone. Anyways, let me know. Do you agree, or do you have more? Do you have more, what's that call it? Things that people consider a monolith when you're mixed? Let me know. Comment down below, like and subscribe for some more Exotical Barbies.